sutang ekang samayang bhagava Savantiyang viharati jetavane anatha pindikansa arame Atako anyatara devata abhinkantaya rantiya abhinkantavanna Kevalakampang jetavanang obasenva Yena bhagavate nupasangkami Upasangkaminva bhagavantang abhivadenva Ekamantang antasi Ekamantang titakosa devata bhagavantang gataya anjabasi Bahudeva manunsaca mangalani acintayong Akangkamana sontanang brohi mangalamuntamang Asevanaca balanang panditanang ca sevana Puja ca pujaniyanang itang mangalamuntamang Patirupadesa vasoca pumbija kata punyata Anta samma panidija etang mangalamuntamang Bahu sancanca simpanca vinayo ca susinkito Subhasita jaya vaca etang mangalamuntamang Mata pitu upantanang puntadaran sesanggaho Anakula ca kammanta etang mangalamuntamang Dananca dhammacariyaca nyatakananca sanggaho Anavanjani kammani etang mangalamuntamang Arati virati papa manjapana ca sanyamo Ampamado ca dhammesu etang mangalamuntamang Garavo ca nivato ca santunti ca katang yuta Halena dhamma savanang etang mangalamuntamang Kanti ca sovacansata samananang ca dansanang Halena dhamma sakanca etang mangalamuntamang Tapoca brahmacariyanca ariya sancana dansanang Nibbana sancikiriyaca etang mangalamuntamang
Good evening to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Welcome again to another session of our SJBA Wednesday live Dhamma sharing over SJBA Facebook page and YouTube page. This evening, Venerable Ariya-dassana will be sharing with us part 7 of his talk on teaching of all the Buddhas in accordance to Dhammapada verse 183 and 184. That is, avoid evil, do good, purify the mind. Before we begin, a short introduction of Venerable Ariya-dassana for those who are tuning in for the first time. Venerable is no stranger to those who tune in to his regular Hokkien Dhamma talk every Thursday morning over his personal Facebook page. Now, prior to Venerable renunciation, Venerable was doing accounting, company secretarial practice, and insurance. And in 1999, Venerable joined a novelship program organized by the late Chief Reverend Dr. K. Sri Dhammananda on his 80th birthday. The program had inspired Venerable to pursue more seriously his learning and practice of the Dhamma. And in 2012, Venerable decided to go to Myanmar to further his practice and was renounced as a Bhikku there. Now, Venerable Ariya-dassana is now back in Penang in his center called Vimutti Vana in Aitam, after recently spending 3 months wasa in Subang Jaya Buddhist Association. So this evening's talk is the third pre-recorded talk by Venerable, who did it during his stay there in Subang Jaya. There'll be one more pre-recorded talk in Subang Jaya, and Venerable will complete the whole series of 4 more talks from Penang. So at the end of the talk, if you do have any questions, please feel free to type into the comment box, and Venerable will answer those questions at the end of this sharing, live from Penang. So we shall now begin. Brother Yik, over to you.
And Dhamma and Sangha. Buddham pujemi, Dhammam pujemi, Sangham pujemi. Okay, let's recite the Tisarana and the Panchasila. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Now the 5 precepts. Panatipata Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Adinadana Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Kamisu Michachara Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Musavada Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Suramiraya Majapamadatana Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Apamana Dena Sampadita. Strive on with diligence. Okay. Today we have come to the 7th session. In the 6th session, I'll finish this covetousness, Ambasakara. Remember the thief, and Ambasakara is supposed to send the woman husband to get lotus and to get the husband executed and then to marry the wife. Then hatred, we talk about two stories. Uttara, the daughter of a farmer, then later he married, then he hired one call girl, Sirima, to take her place when she served dana to the Buddha and a disciple for half month, 15 days. Then you see, Srima tried to pour hot boiling oil on her, and because of the metta she has, the oil turned into cold water. So you see, if because of hatred, can cause so much pain and hurt to people, and probably death. Imagine a hot boiling oil pour down on her, you will get the 3rd degree or 4th degree burn, and probably could die because of so much pain. So it's metta that help her. Actually, this sort of thing can happen. Don't think that it's only a fairy tale. It can happen because who knows? Probably when Srima want to pour on her, so if it's really hot and it cannot turn into cold water, maybe Srima will slip and fall and pour onto herself. This sort of thing you cannot imagine. So then we have the story of the augurs, remember, kill each other. One as a cat and a hen. Then the cat want to eat the chicken. Then the leopard and the doe. So each time the deer bear children, bear doe, the leopardess will eat up this baby deer. So Buddha has already explained, if not, our hatred in samsara will continue on and on and on, unless you put a stop to it. Actually, that's what happened to me. Because I have a stepmother. During my early days, I'm very happy because my grandmother and my auntie took care of me. They really loved me, and my father, even though not very rich, quite poor also, working from Monday to Saturday half day. When he come back from work, he will, most of the Saturday he take me down to see show. That is when my father don't have the second wife, don't have the stepmother. So after when my father remarried, when I was in standard 1, so the whole of my school days I was very unhappy. very miserable. Because last time when I stayed standard 1, the first year, stay with my grandmother, not yet, my father not yet married my stepmother. My grandmother took me to school every day. Then come back, wash my uniform. Every day wash my uniform, no complaint. So when my father married my stepmother, so late, at first we stay in the same house with my grandmother. So later she insists that move down to town so that it's nearer to my father working place, all sort of nonsense, all sort of reason. Then that's where I get a lot of beating. Every day come back, check the uniform. Just imagine last time we wear white shirt, white shorts, and white shoe, white sock, everything white. Come back dirty, every time get clean. So it's a miserable life. So of course I'm very bitter towards my stepmother. So then you remember my introduction in 1999. I attend the novitiate as a novice monk for the very first time, and that's where I understand karma. Previously, I know karma when I was after complete my Form 5 education. I went to Sunday school in Mind Drama Temple, Penang, Kappa Road. I understand karma, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. It's only then I understand karma. Because there were 2 incidents. One incident was my fellow friend, fellow member, we were members of BGF, happened to stay in the same room. And somehow or other he said that, you think marriage life is a bed of roses. I was also married. So I fight with my wife until we throw chopper at each other, unless you put a stop, tutup account. That one really caught my attention. So I decided that me and my stepmother cannot carry on like that. So I was thinking, if maybe this life I was the stepson, she is the stepmother. Maybe previously I was the stepmother. So if this thing didn't stop, next life I become the stepmother again. I say cannot, must really stop, must really tutup account. So I decided to forgive her. Forget about all the incidents. Cannot forget, but forgive all the incidents. If forget, I cannot tell you already. I forgive her. Then later Dhamma talk again. Bhante Mahina say almost the same thing. Double shock for me. Must close the account. If you got hatred, must close it. If not, the next I come back again. So this story, this message got into my heart, and I really ponder seriously. So after the novitiate program, I go back to Penang because that time I was staying in PJ, working. And my working life most of the time I'm in PJ. I go back to Penang. So I seek forgiveness of her. Of course, she doesn't think that I really seek forgiveness. She thought I was doing a show, but never mind. I sincerely, so I really forgiven her. So you must let go of all hatred. You cannot think of revenge. If you want to put a stop to this samsara, you must really put a stop. So the next story is the story of Vitatuba. King Pasinadi of Kosala. One time he want to marry a princess from the Sakya, marry a Sakya princess, maybe to become friendly with them, no? Because the king always fight each other one. So want to make friend with King Mahanama. That time, King Buddha's father already passed away, King Suddhodana. So King Mahanama is the next king. So wanted to make friend with the Sakya king. So this Sakya king agreed to give a princess to marry her. But actually, not very good intention, because he didn't really give a princess. He gave the son of a slave girl, where he had an affair. The king normally so many wives also not enough. See girl also wants. Maybe the slave girl is very pretty otherwise so ugly. Where got want her to be a mistress. So had affair and had a daughter. So had a daughter with her. So he sent the daughter of the slave girl to King Pasinadi. So King Pasinadi don't know, thought that, oh really the princess, so took her in, took her in as a chief consort, that means the chief queen, oh, a slave girl daughter can become a chief consort, a chief queen. You see how karma can change, everything not fated one can change. So when later she gave birth to a son called Vitatuba. So later the son, when 16 years old already, that time considered adult, adult. So they all sent him to visit her maternal grandfather, King Pasinadi. So he went on with a group of people. So when he reached there, King Pasinadi and the other prince received him. He was quite happy. But then the prince who are younger than him, they were asked to go to another place, not to meet him. Because why? Because he is older than the younger prince. Then the younger prince had to pay respect to him. So to prevent the younger prince from paying respect to Vitatuba, they sent all the young prince away, leaving the older prince, which Vitatuba had to pay respect to them. So that's what they do. So he stayed for a few days. Then later want to go back up. Go back already. Then midway, forgot to remember that he left something behind. So one of the men were asked to go back and to retrieve the thing. So when he go back, the slave girl was washing the place, cleaning up after guests come. Normally they will clear the guest room. Right? So as the slave girl was cleaning up the place with milk, not with soap and detergent only, with milk, because maybe it's a ritual to clean with milk so that it be clean. It is a ritual, I'm not sure. So as she was cleaning, she was cursing away. This chair was set by a son of a slave girl. Wow! Then the Vitatuba's man happened to hear it. So and the cleaner, the slave girl, told the messenger that Vitatuba was the son of the slave girl was the daughter of Vita Buddha's mother was the daughter of a slave girl. So later, when the messenger joined Vitatuba, he told Vitatuba, wow, so Vita Buddha was very angry, very, very angry. And he said, one day I will revenge. So later, when he became the king of Kusala, so he led the army go and kill all the Sakya prince, except King Pasinadi and a few stay with King Pasinadi. So because revenge, he want to revenge, so he killed all the princes. So later, on the way back, so they stopped at the river, and it was night already, So they slept beside the river, on the river bank. So at night, there was a heavy thunderstorm, really heavy. I think Malaysia we also face this sort of problem, especially if you stay in a hilly area. The water from the upper level rush down, very great water. So wash away King Vitatabu and all the men. So he revenged, but eventually also he died. So look at karma, this sort of thing. Don't play the fool, don't have any hatred. So later they asked the Buddha this story. He said the prince was, all the prince was killed because in one of the previous life they put poison into the river and killed a lot of fish. That's why in this life one group of them all died. So the Buddha explained, whereas the Vitatabu and all the men was swept away because of hankering over sensual pleasure. So you see this anger, hatred, ill will, jealousy is really poison. That's why it's called the three poison. Greed, hatred, and delusion. Three poison. This poison you don't need to take on. He can kill you by itself. So the next story is the story of Nanda, not the Buddha's cousin. Nanda was a headman, who looked after Anathapindika's cow. But he got some side income also. So when Buddha used to go to Anathapindika's house, this Nanda used to go and join the Dhamma talk. And sometimes he contribute a little bit for Dana. So he invited the Buddha to his house. So the Buddha say, wait, actually it's not time yet. So Buddha say, wait, I got some other appointment. So Buddha know that the time is not right yet. So one day Buddha and Ananda was coming back from another place. So he happened to pass by this Nanda place. So he said, okay, Nanda, we go and visit this Ananda, we go and visit Nanda because his time is right for him. So Buddha called on Nanda. So Nanda was of course very happy because he invited Buddha so long. And Buddha takes some time and now finally is here. So he want to serve the Buddha for 7 days, 7 nights. So he put Buddha and Ananda in a place. Then every day serve them dana. So every day he got a chance to listen to Dhamma talk. So at the end of the 7 days, Buddha gave another Dhamma talk. This time very profound Dhamma talk. And Nanda became a Sotapanna, not Arahant, Sotapanna. So after the lunch, and after the Dhamma talk, so usually when guests come, you will send the guest a short distance, right? So this Nanda sent the Buddha for short distance and carry his bowl. So later he passed over the bowl to Ananda to carry. Then he turned back. But when he turned back that time, he happened to meet an old enemy, very enemy. So this time the enemy shoot Nanda and died on the spot. So Buddha's disciple witnessed it. Then they say, Buddha, because you come here, you come here, and because Nanda sent you, that's why he meet the enemy. If you would didn't come here, Nanda wouldn't have died. Buddha said, no, it's time for him already. Whether I come or not, he will still die on. The enemy will still find him on. So you see, because of revenge, you do some killing. So killing also is bad. The first one is killing. So these are few stories to illustrate of how this anger and ill will will destroy us and others. So better have loving kindness, compassion, practice the 4 Brahma Vihara. What are the 4 Brahma Vihara? Metta means loving kindness. That means you wish everybody good, whether they are rich or poor, great or small, everything without exception. Whether they're Chinese, they're Malay, they're Indian, Sikh, whatever, you wish them. Even your enemy, that's the ultimate. That means eventually you have no enemy. In your heart, you don't have enemy. But other people have enemy with you, it's up to them. Because no matter how good you are, there are some people who don't like you. Doesn't matter. Buddha said like a child, like a mother who love her only child. That's how we should practice our loving kindness. Then the second one is karuna. Karuna means compassion. Compassion means you see someone suffering, you want to help them, you feel their sorrow. So like now during the COVID, a lot of people got nothing to eat. I see there are a lot of people, a lot of organizations, a lot of groups also, they want to do good. Somehow or other they group up and they gather money, they buy things, they cook, give some provision to those who need them. There are a lot of people doing this. This is called compassion. You don't give to the rich, you give to the poor only. So compassion is only helping the poor. This is compassion. Then mudita, the third one is mudita. Mudita means sympathetic joy. That means when someone is enjoying life, enjoying some good merit, good blessing, you are happy for them. You congratulate them, you feel happy with them. Instead of feeling jealous, you feel happy for them. And you wish them good. Continue good to receive it. So I don't think, why this fellow get, I didn't get. This is jealousy already. So the last one is upekha. Upekha means equanimity. You see people suffering, you are not affected. no doubt you will help them if you can, but you don't feel it. So someone say bad things about you, you don't feel angry, don't feel sad. Someone say good things about you, you don't overjoy, you don't feel happy about it. You are just equanimous. We really must practice equanimity. Like one time I remember I told you before, I went Pindapat in Myanmar with another bhikkhu, a young bhikkhu. I think it's a student bhikkhu. In Myanmar, a lot of bhikkhu go to university, Buddhist university. Sometimes they are holiday. So during holiday, that time he come to our place to learn meditation. So he go Pindapat with me. We went to army camp, to to Pindapat. The army treat us very nice. Normal people, you go, you have to register. For us, no mind, just talking only. They see you, sometimes they pay respect to you. They kneel down and bow down to you. And some just say, just take your hand and wish you, give a high five like that. We go in, go out, okay. They know you are going for Pindapat, doing nothing wrong. Because in Myanmar, they really know how to practice dana. So we go to army camp, we go Pindapat, then come to a place, a coffee shop. Inside the army camp, it's really like a family like that. You go in, there are link houses. In Myanmar, those people who are involved in the army, they stay in very nice houses, in link houses like us. Normal people, if they don't have money, they stay in the house. The house even got no door. The wall is made of the leaf, the type of leaf. And no door. The rats, the dogs, everything can come in one. Like that one. Maybe they have a curtain only. The poor, they are very poor. But they are really respect us monk. So we go there. They wait for us to go there. Then they ask us to wait. They serve us drink, serve us some biscuit, and they immediately go and cook for us. Give us steaming hot. So that's how they practice dana. So this young bhikkhu and me, we went Pindapat. So we come to a coffee shop. And coffee shop, there are a lot of flies, a lot of house flies. So the coffee shop there, they leave a few sticky tape. So many flies got stuck to the sticky tape. And the result die because they cannot come out already. So sticky. Malaysia also, we have also got people sell sticky tape. So he see that, he feel very sad. So he don't want to go Pindapat. So we must practice equanimity. Because if you only have compassion, you'll be not balanced. So you must protect the four Brahma Vihara. Remember, loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Okay, go to the next one, wrong view. Wrong view is no doubt it's only a view, but it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. And you can do a lot of bad things. Dhammapada 114. You have heard of Kisa Gotami? He was the daughter of a rich man in Sarawati, very rich girl. So later she got married. And after married, there of course got children, but she only got one son. Still a toddler, that means still learning to walk. Then suddenly the young son died. So she was very upset. So what she do, she like little bit deranged. So they take her son, carry a son going around asking for medicine to restore the life of the son. Cannot die already, can how to restore? So no choice. He go from houses to house everywhere. Meet people and he ask for medicine to restore the son's life. Then finally he met one man and he really pity on her. And that time Buddha was around. So he said, you must go to the Buddha. And he showed the way how to go to the Buddha, where the Buddha is presently staying. He showed the way. Only Buddha got the medicine. Only Buddha got the medicine to restore the life of your son. So happy, he went to see the Buddha and told the Buddha that the son had died. So can you give me, I heard you got the medicine to restore the life of my son. Can you please give me the medicine? Buddha said, you come to the right place. So Buddha didn't give him the medicine. Buddha said, you go to people's house and ask for mustard seed. Last time in India, it's very popular. Everywhere they got that mustard seed. You go and ask for mustard seed. But the mustard seed must come from a house where nobody has ever died before. So happy though, she thought, wow, can find ma. So she go from house to house. From morning until evening, every house she go, mustard seed, God, ada, banyak, a lot. So he want, but before she take, she asked whether has anybody died in the house before. So every house say, God lah. Some say my uncle, some say my father, my mother, my husband, my son, my daughter. Every house also got people die. Many people die, some two, three. Sure got people die one. Every house, without exception, every house got people die. So at the end of the day, evening already, she was very tired lah. And then only she realized that not only my son died, everyone also died. Also got young son like me, like mine died. Got young daughter, got young son. How young they are also die. How old they are also die. So then he realized that actually I'm stupid because of too much grief lah. Then like she got the wrong view. So finally she buried her son and went to the Buddha. So last time people die, you just bury, no need to get police permit. Now you need police permit to bury, police permit to cremate. So she buried the son, then went to see the Buddha. So the Buddha said, have you got the mustard seed? So they say, yeah, every house also got, but every house, not a single house got no people die. Every house got people die. Now I understand that everyone born has to die. Everyone born has to grow old, fall sick. Even some didn't fall sick also die. So this is the reality of life. So Buddha said, yeah, everyone, before they satisfy themselves, they die already. So Kesa Gotami then become wiser. Then she was thinking that everyone had to die. So she wanted to become a bhikkhuni, a nun. So Buddha sent her to the order to ordain her as a bhikkhuni. So when before she ordained her, she got Sotapanna, because to understand the true nature of life already. That's why Sotapanna is very low only, stream entry only. You enter the stream to the Nibbana, no turning back, one way one. The stream will always flow down to the sea one, no turning back one. Not like road, you can go stand balik. This one no go stand one. So finally she become a nun and she practiced very, very diligently. Then Buddha say, you should not think that the son is the only one who died. So many people have died. So then one night she was meditating. Then she saw the candle, a lot of candle on. People come and offer candle. So she saw candle. Then she was somehow attracted to the candle. Then she saw some candle when the wind blow a little bit, some like want to get blown off, but some will rekindle itself brighter. Then even though the wind is not blowing, also some candle get die off. Some the wax get finished already, don't die off. Some the wax not yet but now also die, also become extinguished. So she came to understand that even though young can die, old can die, middle age can die, anyone can die. Suddenly accident also can die. Sit down doing nothing, sleep also can die. So she understands. So Buddha see her already from the temple. He got the Buddha got the psychic power. He want to see anybody can see. Not that every time can see. He make a wheel to see. He can see. So he saw that Kisa Gotami is on the right path. So he told Kisa Gotami that then Buddha say, though one should live 100 years without perceiving the deathless state, yet better indeed is a single day of one who perceives the deathless state. So she understands. So she practices very diligently. This is called meditation on light. You can use light to meditate. This is called the kasina. So at the end of the discourse, Buddha gave a discourse. At the end of the discourse, he attained arahanthood. So from a mad girl become arahant. So because he was lucky, he was able to meet Buddha. But don't wait for Buddha, still very long. According to my calculation, because Buddha said the next Buddha, Maitreya Buddha, come. Human life, the age span is 84,000 years. now it's 74, near average 70 plus. So Buddha said every 100 years the lifespan will change by one day. So now it's 74, then it will reduce. Another 100 years it will become 73. Then after another 172 until become 10. 10 then upward again. From 10 it will become 11. Become until 84,000 years. So if you multiply by 100, 84 by 100 means 8,400 years. Plus the downstream from 2006 to 10, so probably about 9 million years. 9 million years, if you are born in the Chaturmaharajika Deva realm, is 9 million years old. So after 9 million years you come down, you are quite lucky. If you are reborn in Tawastimsa heaven, Buddha say 36 million human years. So when you come out, Buddha gone already. Slowly wait So don't take things lightly, because since the Dhamma is around, we must make use of the Dhamma. What are the Dhamma? The four. Buddha say, when Ananda asked the Buddha, when you are gone, whom shall we take as a teacher? Buddha didn't say anybody. Buddha know. Buddha, in fact, in one of the sutta, Buddha say, my teaching very deep in meaning. Talk only about nothingness, non-self. Nobody want to hear. But when the poets coin up the 9 shouting words, people like to hear. So the true Dhamma, nobody want to hear. The true Dhamma, the original Dhamma is in the four Nikaya. Nikaya, the long discourses. Presently, I'm doing every Thursday, the long discourses in Hokkien, every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Long discourses, then the Majjhima Nikaya, medium length discourses. So the long discourses, one discourse normally take about 2-3 weeks to finish. Then you have Majjhima Nikaya, medium length discourses. Then Samyutta Nikaya means a group, kindred saying is a group discourses. That means, let's say you talk about 4 elements, whole chapter about 4 elements. Then you have Anguttara Nikaya, you go by numerical. So maybe book of the 1 you talk about the mind, mind you talk about one thing. Then book 2, book 3, 3 evil, the 3 poison, like that until the book of 11, the 11 benefit of meditation, meta meditation, according to number. Then of course you got the Kutaka. Kutaka means a minor collection. So the original teachings of the Buddha is in this Nikaya. So a lot of people don't know. In fact, I also only know quite recently only. Because last time I was in Champaka Buddhist Lodge, in charge of Theravada, I invited this Bante Dhamma Buddha, popularly known as Dhamma Bante Haya, to come and give talk. He said, cannot lah. My monastery only 1 monk. If I go away, no monk in the monastery. He said, you go and start the Anguttara Nikaya. Then he gave me one stack of 41 CD. That was, I think, in 203 or 204. So we start to learn this Anguttara Nikaya. So from there only I know you got this Nikaya. That's why last time I told, just listen to Dhamma talk only. Whether correct or not, nobody know. Some of the Dhamma talk may be a bit incorrect lah. But some are correct. So Buddha say, when you listen to Dhamma, don't accept, don't reject. You come back and check with the Sutta Vinaya. So Ananda asked the Buddha, who will be the teacher? The Buddha said, take my Vinaya and my Sutta as a teacher. No single teacher. So he say, Sutta and Vinaya. Sutta is all the teaching, and the Vinaya is the rules for the monk. Take these two as a teaching. So, okay, I have one more story to tell regarding this. Patachara. Patachara, quite a long story. Also a rich man from Savatthi. She was very beautiful, and of course, very protective lah, the mother, the parent. So one day she fall in love. Of all the people, who fall in love with one of the slaves. Maybe that's the only man he see lah. The parents so protective, got no chance to go out and see other men. The only man he see is the slave. So he wanted to marry the slave, but the parent objected. So one day they eloped. Yeah, usually like that one. Olden days, if the parent object, they elope or they commit suicide or things like that. So they elope. So elope and stay in the countryside. Not stay in town, but in the countryside. Then they all live as a farmer only lah. Then later on, she got pregnant. No? So when pregnant already, almost due date already, there is the custom of the lady last time, when they want to deliver the child, they always go back to the maternal side, doing wake. They have to go back and give birth. This is the custom. So she begged her husband. No? So the husband scared lah. Wow, go back, don't know what is my in-law going to do. Take my daughter away, elope with my daughter. So a bit scared now, then I'll go back. So one day, very near, there are no choice. They say I must go back. So one day, when the husband was working, she walked by herself. Then of course she walked very slow. Someone pregnant. So walk, someone tired, to rest. So she walked. So evening when the husband came back, where's my wife? So I think then he think that the wife must have secretly gone back to the own parents' side. So he faster chased and caught up with her. Then it was almost night. So they search for a place to rest. And then she gave birth there. So give birth there, no point going back to the parents' side. So eventually they went home. They went home, then stay. Then after a few years, also pregnant again. So this time, he also begged the husband to take her back to the parents' side to give birth. The husband scared. Well, want to take her, scared. So also the same no choice or maybe she feel that the pain is coming so he took the son along and they walked home. So evening the husband came back, also found her missing. Also guess must be on the way to the parents' house, so he also chased on. So they said Wali meet her, then also night already. So want to prepare a place to rest. So he going clear a place, a shade. So clear, then he was bitten by a poisonous snake and died on the spot. So after waiting, he didn't come back. So what to do? Whole night never come back. So at night cannot search already because too dark. Last time they don't have torchlight for us like us. Last time no, the most is candle only. Now some more torchlight, LED light, the police light. How bright you want also gone. So last time candle only. So the next morning go and search and found her husband died already, was bitten by the snake. So it was sad. So what to do? So she and the son go along the way to the parents' house. So along the way, she gave birth. Because too near already, so give birth, then no choice, she has to help herself. So now got one elder son and one baby. So now the husband is dead already. Before I go back to husband, who is going to take care? Nobody to go and plant all these things. So she has to go back to her parents' house. So now she has to continue the journey to her home, to her own maternal home. So continue. So at one point they have to cross the river. And the previous night it was raining heavily also. So the river is, the water quite fierce. So I was thinking, I cannot carry my baby and hold my son at the same time. The water is quite deep, so my son will be drowned. So what to do? Carry the baby first or carry the son first, the elder son first? So finally she think, okay, I carry the baby over first, go and drop the baby the other side, then I come back and get my son. So she cross over, finally put the baby down. Then she come back. Halfway, a hawk came looking for food and saw the baby. Hawk eye very sharp, like eagle, very sharp. So saw the baby. So think the baby just born quite dirty, got blood. So think that is a piece of meat. So want to eat the baby. So she keep chasing the hawk. She was in the middle of the river. How fast can she run? So she shoo the bird away, but the bird still carry the baby away. So she was a bit sad. So finally she want to go back to the elder son. But the elder son saw her waving and shooing, so thought that ask him to come. So the son come, no, go in the river, and before reach the middle of the river got washed away by the flood. So now left her alone. Husband died. Baby died. Elder son also died. Wow, she was really upset. And she a bit lost her mind. Then what to do? Myself alone, I have to go to my parents' house. So she walked until reach the town. So she asked, the town also so much changed after many years already. Also so many houses come out. So asked, where is my parents and my brother? And you know what they say? Last night, thunderstorm, the whole house was burned, struck by lightning, and the whole family died. Ayo, now she got nobody to depend on. So she was mad already. So she roamed the street, woe am I, woe am I. Then the clothes also tear off like that, so she was half naked. So she go around screaming. So finally she walked in front of the monastery, and Buddha saw her. So the Buddha used his psychic power to direct her to walk in the monastery. So as she was coming in, the devotee all shoo her away, because half naked. So Buddha said, not mind, let her come in. So they found cloth somewhere and wrap her around. So she come in. So that time she also don't know what to do, don't know what to say. So slowly the Buddha consoled her. Asked her what happened. So slowly she explained. So now the Buddha say, you have come to the right place. So the Buddha asked her to become a nun. So nothing to do already. She got no parents, no husband, no brother, no children. She alone. Where is the source of livelihood? So she agreed to be a nun. Then, of course, she practiced diligently. At first was don't know what to do also, being a nun. So later they guide her. Then later she practiced diligently. So one day, as she was washing her leg, she poured some water on her leg. The water go inside the ground very fast. Then maybe she was playing. Then throw the water further away. The water also go in, also sink to the ground. Throw further away. The water also sink to the ground. Then she start to realize that anyone also can die. Young age, middle age, old age, all can die. So the Buddha knew that it's time for her. So Buddha later taught her the Anama Taga Sutta. This is to deal with countless them. That's where the Buddha teaching, that's why people say, Buddha say, the tears we shed is more than the water in the great ocean. It is in this sutta, Anama Taga Sutta. So Buddha taught her the sutta. And at the end of the discourse, she realized Nibbana. So both ladies also deranged. And Buddha managed to rescue them to be an Arahant. So how great Buddha is. So this is to illustrate how with right understanding, not only we can do good, can become arahant also. Well, a few more short story. One is Chana, Dhammapada 78. Chana was the Buddha's charioteer when the Buddha was Prince Siddhartha. Every time Prince Siddhartha want to go out, he will ride the chariot. So he is the charioteer. So after when Buddha was a Buddha, become a Buddha, he joined the order, but he joined much later. So when he joined, he was very jealous of Sariputta and Moggallana. Wow, I have been with the Buddha for so long now. Even the Buddha, he was the prince, I was with him. How can the two of them become the chief disciple? The Buddha said, don't feel this way. Sariputta and Moggallana are very learned. They are your good friend. But he keep on very jealous of them. Hate them also. So he got wrong view. So until Buddha's final day before he passed away, he still has anger and ill will, jealousy towards the two disciples. So the Buddha called Ananda in. So Buddha instructed Ananda, the only way, actually Chana can become Arahant. But you have to teach him a lesson. So what you do is, you practice the Brahmadanda. Brahmadanda means not to associate with him. Leave him alone. Don't bother about him. Whatever I do, don't no heal him. So until then, he can realize his mistake. So after that, after some time, nobody want to bother him. Whatever he say, that time Buddha also died, Moggallana also died, Sariputta also died already, but he still got this sort of feeling. He want to be like the top, the leader, because he feel that he is with the Buddha for so long, he know Buddha in and out, so he want to be in charge of everything. So Ananda to practice the Brahmadanda on him. So finally he realized when nobody want to bother about him, then later he repent, then only he can learn. Then later he also become Arahant. Okay. For one more short one, even though 1 hour, very fast only. At one time, Dhammapada 26, 27, at one time there was this Balana Kata festival in Sarawati. This festival, the young men will foolishly smear their body with ashes, cow dung, everything, shouting around in the street and causing a lot of nuisance. And they got pass by, they want money. If not, they will not let you go. In fact, we met one time ago when we was on the pilgrimage to India, in Nepal. This place is very popular. In Nepal, this day in Nepal, there's one day where I think the brother have to buy something for the sister, or sister have to buy something for the brother. Then they have to confess the sin or what. So that day, in the street of Nepal, everywhere they have festival. So when our bus pass by, they extort for money. They won't let you go. They stand in the middle. The road is not like our highway, two-way trunk road only. They will block you. So the bus has to stop and give them money. Then only they will go away. So for 7 days, they have this festival. So the Buddha and the disciple were advised to stay in the monastery, and the devotee bring food for them every day. So on the 8th day only they can come out. So Buddha say these young men are all very foolish. ignorant, very wrong view this one. So causing a lot of problems, a lot of nuisance. Okay, so this is the end of this hatred one. So the next session we continue with some other thing. Okay, so see you for the next session, question answer. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 Venerable. Thank you, Venerable, for sharing your own personal experience on asking for forgiveness and how it has helped minimize or eliminate your own personal hatred for someone. And also the many interesting stories from the Dhammapada to emphasize the Buddha's teaching. We shall now go to the Q&A. Okay, the first question, Venerable, how do we minimize greed, hatred, and delusion in this materialistic and competitive environment that we are in?
Well, I think is firstly we have to understand the Dhamma, that greed, hatred, and delusion are the real three poison. We have to understand, contemplate, the practice what contentment, practice loving kindness to overcome our greed and hatred. And delusion is you have to learn the Dhamma, and you have to be very persistent, and you really need a lot of determination to overcome these three poisons. Whether in the materialistic world or competitive environment is also very necessary. Doesn't matter whether what sort of environment. In any environment, we have to minimize our greed, hatred, and delusion. Not only in this materialistic and competitive environment.
Thank you, Bhante. I think this has been asked many times, I think. Bhante, can we always use karma as the cause of all the good and bad that are happening to us in our daily life?
Most of the time we can, but sometimes cannot. For example, whatever happened to us usually is because of something. Could be due to karma, and could be due to certain things we do, and sometimes due to our climate. Also can cause bad happenings. Sometimes, like now, you have the COVID. A lot of people suffer. Some people die. But some people die because they don't want to take vaccination. Some people take vaccination, then they believe, they think that they are very safe already. They start moving around. In fact, after vaccination, you are weaker than before, right? And like I say, sometimes due to climate and other factors also can affect. Then also the present life activity also affect. For example, let's say we are hungry. We do not have any source of income because of COVID, and we sit there and wait. We can go out and work, or go out and beg, or go to the center to ask for food. Doesn't mean that we are hungry, we wait, right? We have to do something. Karma is it affects your past, your present, and also your future. Cannot all blame on karma.
So some level of personal wisdom too, lah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bante. Do we have any more question, Brother Jack? Okay, if we do not have any more question, thank you, Bante, for sharing your interesting and insightful reply to those questions. So we have come to the end of today's sharing. A big sadhu, sadhu, sadhu to Bante for answering those questions. So brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, I think over the last 1 hours, we have spent our time with a calm, attentive, and peaceful state of mind, listening to the Dhamma. And with the merits we have all accrued, I would like to request Bhante Ariya-dassana to lead us in the sharing of these merits we have all accumulated with our loved ones, departed relatives, friends, and also all beings.
Okay. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Inam no punya bagam. We share these merits with Mata Pitu Nanja, our mother and father, Acharya Nanja, our teachers, Sabha Satananja, all beings, Sata Mitananja, our friends, Sabha Natinanja, all our relatives, Sabha Pitananja, all departed beings, Sabha Devananja, Bhajema, and all devas. Inam no punya bagam. We share these merits with Sabha Satanan Dema. May all beings obtain a share of these merits. Sabbe Sata Sugita Hontu. May all beings be well and happy. Idam me nyadinam hotu. Sukita hontunya tayo. Idam me nyadinam hotu. Sukita hontunya tayo. Idam me nyadinam hotu. Sukita hontunya tayo. Let these merits accrue to my departed relatives, friends, and may they all be happy. Imina punya kamena, bame bala samagamo, satam samagamo hotu, yavani banapatiya. By the grace of these merits that I have thus acquired, may I never follow the foolish, but only the wise and the enlightened one, until final liberation is realized. Idam me punyam asawa kayam waham hotu. May these merits of mine lead me to the extinction of all mental defilement. Idam me punyam nibbanasa patayohotu. May these merits of mine be a condition to attain enlightenment. Sadhu,
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 sadhu.
sadhu, 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 Bante. Thank you very much, Venerable. And also thank you to all who had participated throughout this evening session. And before we end, let us put our palms together to pay homage to the Triple Gem. Buddham Pujemi, Dhammam Pujemi, Sangham Pujemi. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Venerable Ariya-dassana will be sharing part 8 of his Dhamma talk next week or next Wednesday. We shall keep it all posted. And we have now come to the end of our Wednesday evening Dhamma talk. Please visit us again next week. So may all of you be well, happy, and peaceful always. Sabe Sata Sukhita Hontu. Good night, everybody.
Bahung sahan semabhinim mitesayudantang ngirimi kelang udita Sasena marang Dana di Dhamma vidhi